So, Sonic the Hedgehog, Onward, and the Blues Brothers came out to 4K this week, and, well, I got all three of them. So let's get into it. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side, a place for those who live talking by movies. And if you feel like you found one of those categories, hit that subscribe button down below. So, yeah, this was meant to be 3 separate videos, but unfortunately, because 2 of these took forever to show up in the mail from Best Buy, not really their fault, because, you know, the world is going cuckoo right now, and unfortunately my schedule was just a little bit more packed than I thought it was going to be, but I still wanted to deliver on reviews of all 3 of these, so we're just gonna do all 3 Blu-ray reviews here in one video. I don't do this too often, but sometimes it's just what you gotta do. So, let's get started. So we're gonna kick things off here with Sonic the Hedgehog, and I got the really cool 4K Steelbook from Best Buy. Very simple design. You got Sonic on the front, and then you got Jim Carrey as Robotnik on the back. Very nice looking Steelbook, and it comes with a comic book called The Adventures of Sonic and Donut Lord. This came with every edition, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, it's just a fun 16-bit retelling of the movie, which I was a little bummed about. I was kind of hoping to be like a fun little side adventure with them. But still, I like when they have this kind of stuff with the Blu-ray releases. It's just, you know, it's just kind of fun little stuff to have in there. But anyway, picture and sound quality, the movie looks really good in 4K and on Blu-ray. It's definitely a good thing they changed Sonic's design though, because I'm not really sure how I would feel if I had to watch the original Sonic design with all the pixels. I feel like I would probably never sleep again. And lastly, as far as the bonus content goes, it's pretty poopy. Yeah, I mean, just really tiny 2-minute featurettes. You really don't learn a whole lot. I was kind of bummed they didn't talk about how they had an original design for Sonic, then the internet hated it, so then they changed it. I really didn't think they were going to, but I was kind of hoping they would. But in some of the featurettes, you can see some concept art and cardboard cutouts of the original design, and it's like, oh boy, it's still there. But I did enjoy the little history of Sonic the Hedgehog featurette they had in there, going from the Sega Genesis days up until now. That was kind of fun, but overall, bonus features are not a major selling point on this one. So next we've got Onward, Pixar's latest movie. Didn't do a review of this when it came out back in February or March, and then when it came to Disney Plus, still didn't do a review of it, but, you know, I enjoyed this movie. Maybe not Pixar's absolute greatest movie ever, but I still enjoyed it. Had a lot of heart, had a lot of fun to it, and for this one I got the Target exclusive with the Digibook design. So you open it up here, you've got that little artwork, then you've got the little gallery booklet in there, just some concept art and things like that. Typical fare for a Target exclusive. But then if we just take off Mr. Slipcover here, it's actually not a full-on Digibook this time around. This is actually just a really bulky slipcover, and then you've got the normal 4K release in here, which I think is actually pretty cool. You know, if you want a cool exclusive with the gallery book, but you don't want like this whole bulky thing taking up space on your shelf, so you can just put that in there. I think that's pretty cool. I hope they keep doing this kind of thing with their Target exclusives. But anyway, as far as picture and sound quality goes, the movie looks great in 4K. When it came to Disney Plus, I only watched it in HD, not 4K, but it still looked good there. It looks good in 4K here. You know, 3D animated movies tend to look pretty good in 4K. And lastly, as far as bonus content goes, it's definitely better than Sonic's, I'll give you that much. And one of the things I always like seeing in animated movie featurettes is seeing the animators try to act out the scenes, figure out how the actors would react to, like, you know, walking a tightrope over a cliff and things like that. So we get to see some of that here, but a little bit of an added mix on top of that because they actually put on VR headsets to try to simulate certain moments from the movie. I thought that was really cool to see. So overall, I'd say Onward's got the better release than Sonic, but that's just my opinion. But we got one more to talk about. So last but certainly not least, we've got the Blues Brothers in 4K. This was just released in 4K for the very first time this week, and this one I also got the really cool Best Buy Steelbook with. You got Jan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi up there, and then you got the Bluesmobile on the back. Now the Blues Brothers is one of my favorite comedies ever. It's just pure ridiculousness and just really great musical numbers, and overall just a great time. I knew I had to pick up the 4K when it came out this week. So of course, as far as picture and sound quality goes, the movie just looks beautiful in 4K. Pretty much every older film that was shot on film and gets transferred to 4K has a really good 4K transfer. That's definitely one of the selling points of 4K, is if you want to watch an older movie in 4K, it's gonna look stellar, and this movie is no exception. And as far as bonus content goes, there's nothing new as far as other releases go. You've got the same featurettes if you were to buy the Blu-ray, you know, little retrospective documentary from like 10-20 years ago, and things of that variety, but you know, the real selling point is the 4K release, and also the really cool Steelbook. So not the same exciting package deal as like Onward or Sonic would be, but getting to own one of my favorite comedies in glorious 4K is still a pretty good time. So of course, since I did 3 Blu-ray reviews in this video, I've got 3 different codes to give away, and just to keep things fair, I'm only going to be giving away 1 code to 1 person for 1 movie. So there will be no triple dipping, you flippin' dipsticks. So if you want to potentially win one of these super awesome codes, then just comment down below which movie you'd like to get a digital copy of and why, and within about 24 hours or so, I'll pick somebody for each movie to give away the code. You know, standard business, but yeah. So if you want to see some more Blu-ray reviews like this, you can check out this playlist right over here. And if you want to see what YouTube recommends you watch from me next, you can check out that video right down there. And of course, subscribe if you... oh my goodness. And of course, subscribe if you live talking by movies. And we'll see you on the Brockopp side.